moving, have a ball. Move Ball Community World Cup. Get moving, have a ball. Everyone together, big and small. Move Ball Community World Cup. Get moving, have a ball.
Good morning, everyone. How are we all? Morning after the night before. Hope you all had a great time. It is day 8 of the Move Ball Senior and Dementia Care Community World Cup, and obviously day 8 of the FIFA World Cup as well. We've now seen every single team, all 48 teams, play once. So we're back onto the teams that started off the competition. We're onto them today to see them in their second game. So after the first game, you can start to get a bit of an idea on where the teams are going to finish, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. So judging by the first round of games, I would say so far the strongest teams look to be probably Argentina. England looked really, really strong last night going forward, especially in the second half, which was exciting to see and good to see as well. Surprisingly, South Korea, probably one of the best teams I've seen, and USA as well. So I'd say they're the 4 best teams so far. Morocco did really well in the first half against Brazil. So I'd say maybe the top 5 teams, Morocco, South Korea, USA, Argentina, and England. And we've seen some top teams struggle as well. So we saw Spain lose points because they drew 0-0 against... who they draw against Cape Verde the other day, and then we had Portugal drawing 1-1 yesterday as well against DR Congo. So a couple of big teams have really struggled at the start, but with the World Cup this year being a 48-team one instead of a 32-team one, it's probably not too much of a worry for them. They 8 of the 12 third place teams qualify for the next round, so it's probably not as worrying, and they'll probably still get through in third place or second. But normally it's imperative that you win your first match, otherwise you're under huge pressure. But a little change in dynamic this year. So we've got 2 more group games left per team, so still lots and lots of games in the group stage left. So we'll run through those again as we have been on a daily basis. I don't think the group stage finishes until the 27th or 28th of June, so we've still got 10 or 11 days of the group stages left. So last night we saw, as I just mentioned there, at 6 o'clock kickoff, we saw Portugal versus DR Congo, and it was a 1-1 draw. Portugal took the lead within 5 minutes, and you thought from there they were going to kick on and score 3 or 4 goals, or maybe even do what Germany did and score 7. But DR Congo got back into it, and then they defended well and held on well to their 1-1 draw. So they were delighted with that. They haven't been in the World Cup for, I think they said 58 years. So yeah, fair play to them. Really, really big result. A 1-1 draw against Portugal. Then at 9 o'clock last night, the big one, England put us through the roller coaster as always, but Harry Kane missed a penalty to start with, and then he scored the retake. And I just watched an interview of him actually, which is either a brilliant made-up story or a very, very a really good insight into the tactics and the research that they do, and that is being brought in by Thomas Tuchel, the new manager. So he missed his first penalty. He did a stuttered run-up, so like a stop-start, and the keeper saved it. But the keeper came off his line, and VAR looked at it and said, you have to retake it. And then he scored the retake. So in his pre-match interview, he said that he did some research on the keeper, and he knew that the keeper hasn't made a penalty save on a stuttered run-up without coming off his line. So Kane said that he did a stuttered run-up on purpose. So if he scored, great. It doesn't matter if the keeper comes off his line. If he scores, it's a goal. If the keeper comes off his line and saves it, or Kane misses the goal, it's a retake. So Kane knew that with his started run-up, the keeper would come off his line, and it's a no risk penalty. It's a really good bit of insight. I've never heard something like that before, and it's great to see that he's thinking about that. It's great to see that Thomas Tuchel's bringing that in, or he was a lucky boy and he made that story up. I don't know, but interesting anyway. So that was the first goal, 1-0 to England, and then Croatia scored quite quickly after to make it 1-1, and then we had Kane score a really powerful header to make it 2-1. And then Croatia scored quite quickly again, a few minutes before half time. I think 10 minutes before half time, I think it was. So went into half time 2-2, and then came out of the break. And Tuchel made some really attacking subs actually, with players that had quick pace like Rashford and Saka and Jed Spence as well. And they came on and made a difference. And I think they were really good subs to see England take a risk. We've been used to, under Gareth Southgate, going ahead and sitting and trying to hold the lead. But last night they actually went for the win. They went 3-2 up through a quick Jude Bellingham goal after half-time. A really good goal. Happy to see that from Bellingham as well, because he's been under a bit of stick recently for his performances with Real Madrid. And I think he also had a bit of an argument with Thomas Tuchel as well. So good to see him score. And then the fourth goal to go 4-2 up. The ball broke, quick break from England, broke across to Rashford, who's obviously got very quick pace anyway, and a really calm, composed finish from Rashford. And I wish he would do that for United, but he doesn't, and he hasn't. So, yeah, he's in the shop window, I think, this summer. So a good start for him. So England rounded off the 4-2 victory. Really good start against the second best team in the group. So you would anticipate that England should now go on to get 9 points in the group and go into the knockout rounds in high confidence. So that's good. Good start to the World Cup. Really enjoyed that game. And then we moved on to, at 12 o'clock, was Ghana versus Panama. Not quite the spectacle that the England game was, I don't think. I didn't watch it, but I've seen the highlights, and neither team showed much quality. But Ghana did scrape a 1-0 win with the last kick of the game. So Ghana will be pleased with that. They'll be hoping that they might be able to go through in second now. Then we had, at 3 o'clock in the morning, we had Uzbekistan versus Colombia. And Colombia won 3-1. They scored in the first half a really, really good goal from Munoz, who plays for Crystal Palace. And then Uzbekistan got back into it early in the second half to draw level. And then Colombia's, I suppose, fitness and class, and probably the being used to the pressure kind of matches, that showed through in the last few minutes where they scored a couple of goals to win 3-1. So yeah, pleasing start for Colombia. One of my tips to go really far in the tournament. I think they may get to the quarters, potentially even the semis. So a good start for them. On to today's fixtures. We've got, going back to Group A now. So at 5 o'clock UK time, again, one we can actually watch. Czechia versus South Africa. Neither team looked too impressive in the first game. Both of them lost, so this is a huge game for both teams today. I think Czechia will win that. I think they looked a bit better than South Africa did. So I think Czechia will get a tight win. Then we've got Switzerland versus Bosnia at 8 o'clock UK time. Bosnia drew their first game. And Switzerland drew their first game as well. So, yeah, both teams, both games in that one were 1-1. So, I remember watching the Switzerland game. They didn't look great. Bosnia didn't look great. I think that'll probably be another draw again today. But again, a big game for both teams. And then at 11 o'clock, we've got Canada versus Qatar. Again, both of them teams drew 1-1 in their first games. I would say Canada probably look the better team out of the two. So when they play each other today, I think that Canada will scrape a 1-0 win. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, we've got Mexico versus South Korea. Mexico won their first game, and South Korea also won their first game. So a big game at the top of Group A. I'm quite looking forward to that. Not that I'll be able to watch it at 2 in the morning, but I'm looking forward to the highlights. Mexico were another tip of mine to go quite far into the tournament, but I was really, really impressed with South Korea when I watched them last time out against Czechia. It's a really hard one to call. It could go either way, but I'm going to go a 2-2 draw. And I think both teams will probably be quite happy with the draw, given that then that should then push them through with 4 points. So that rounds off the roundup from yesterday and the preview for today's games. So now on to the scoreboards. Actually, I'll have a look at the scoreboards first. So top of the prediction board, leaderboard, we have Arbury Residential Care, still at the top, but it's getting closer. So Arbury Residential Care Home have got 13 points, and Rivermead Court Care Home are on 12. So they are catching up. They're only one behind now, but that's a good long running battle between those two. And then we've got some others on 6, 8, 5, 3, and a couple on 2, a couple on 1. So keep your predictions coming in. The more games you predict for, the more chance you've got of getting those points and obviously staying at the top of the leaderboard. And just to remind you, potentially winning this trophy. So keep those predictions coming in. And then at the top of the challenge leaderboard, we have Rivermead Court Care Home. I think they're 3 points clear at the top of that. And just to remind you, keep your challenge pictures, videos, scores coming in, because you are competing for this trophy and a free movable session as well. Well done on your challenges. I've seen some amazing pictures, some pictures of arts and crafts and movable activities from the book that we've sent out. Love every bit of engagement we can see. Love all the smiles. So it's brilliant. Keep it coming in. Let us know your predictions for today. Let us know how you get on in today's challenge, and we'll go from there. Now I'm going to take you to today's challenge downstairs. Okay, so day 8 challenge, movable daily challenge today. You're going to sit in one chair, like I am, with a ball or a piece of paper screwed up, or socks, cushion, whatever you can find. And then we've got a chair opposite us. We're going to try and play chair football. And we're going to try and get it in through the goal to start with. So to start with, I'm going to try and get it in. So that's a goal for me. Smashing my house up as I go. That's a goal, so that'll be 1 point. Then I'm going to try and hit the chair leg with my pass. That can be 2 points. And then the other leg, 2 points. All right, so just to recap, first shot, put it through the middle. That's 1 point. Second shot, you'd put it to the leg or the post. That's 2 points. So that's 3 in total. And then the last shot, you're going to hit it onto the other post. So I got that. So that's 2. So that's 5 points in total. As soon as I've completed my 3 shots, whether I get 0 or 5 or anything in between, I pass it on to the next person. They do the same. And then you add up your scores, how many you can get in 5 minutes. If you want a fun challenge afterwards, this won't count towards your points, but it should be quite fun. You can have 2 people sitting opposite each other. One is the attacker and one is the defender. So pretend I'm 2 people. So to start with, I'm the attacker. I'm going to try and score a goal through the middle. So I'm going to pass it. And as a defender, I'm going to try and stop it from going in. Okay, and then I can have a shot. And then I be the defender. And it might go in. That's 1-0 to that person. Just a little fun game to play. No tackling. Just rolling the ball through and see if you can score or react to save it. have a little match. Let me know who wins, how you get on. So that has been day 8 of the Moveball Senior and Dementia Care Community World Cup. Enjoy your day today, especially after the big win last night. Enjoy the challenges. Enjoy the little 1v1 match if you do that. Should be quite fun. Enjoy the matches later. Send your predictions in. Send me your scores from the Daily Moveball Challenge in. Send me pictures, videos, everything. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. See you soon.